everyone, I welcome you back for a very interesting topic that comes from aptitude, clocks. Now, what is so important about this topic? Many of the students who actually prepare themselves for competitive exams, they usually ignore this topic, assuming that they can solve any question that comes from clock in the examinations. But what happens? It's not about solving a problem. It's about solving the problem in the quickest fashion or maybe without pen and paper. So in this particular video, we'll be talking about the basics of clock topic, and at the same time, we'll try to solve a very important question, that is conversion of time into angle. Yes, when I say angle, it is angle between the needles. So let's see how we can solve it. If you like this video and the effort that we are putting in, please like the video, subscribe to our channel so that we can get more and more such videos for you, and you will be notified for all such entries into the channel.
Now, before I start with anything mathematical, I need you to know that there are three main needles that we have in an analog clock, out of which the thickest one is the needle of R hand, or which represents R, like the one on your screen. The one which is the longest, or in fact, the one which is slightly less thicker than the R hand, is the minute hand. And the third and the slimmest one is the second. So in an analog clock, we generally have these three needles, whereas in some of the designer clocks, they miss upon few of the needles and work with majorly the hour and the minute hand. And that's how we also get questions from the clock topic in such a fashion. Let's take it further. Now we usually get a question such as, what is the angle between the hour and the minute hand if there is a certain time given to you? Now, to calculate such a question, my first objective here is to understand the movement, or I should rather say to figure out the speeds of these needles. So we'll actually talk about both the cases, that is the hour hand and the minute hand, separately. Now I know that the complete angle of an analog clock is a 360-degree angle. So if I ask you a question, in what time will the hour hand complete this 360-degree round? Your answer should certainly be 12 hours. Which means in 12 hours, hour hand completes a round of 360-degree. And if I do linear calculation here, this means in 1 hour, it will complete 360-degree divided by 12, which should be equal to 30-degree. Which means in 1 hour, the hour hand travels a span of 30 degrees. Now 1 hour can be written as 60 minutes. I'm just simplifying the calculation. So 1 hour is 30 degree. Therefore 60 minutes also tends to 30 degrees, and therefore in a minute the hour hand travels 30 divided by 60, which is equal to half a degree. Now this is nothing but a linear calculation that I've done. Remember, we'll not do this calculation in the examinations. We'll have to remember certain figures by heart. For example, this particular data, that is in 1 minute, it travels half a degree. Let's come to the minute hand. Still, the circular round is 360-degree. But over here, minute hand takes how much time to cover this 360-degree round? This data becomes different because in every 1 hour, minute hand covers a 360-degree round. Therefore, in 60 minutes, which is nothing but 1 hour, it is 360-degree. And hence, in 1 minute, it is going to be 360 divided by 60, which will give me 6 degrees. So this is what I am going to focus upon. For an hour hand, it is half a degree per minute. For a minute hand, it is 6 degrees per minute. So this is the fundamental approach for a question based on clocks. Let's see what type of question do we get from here? So the first question that you can see on your screen is the most simple question that we may have. And that is, what is the angle between the minute and the hour hand when the clock strikes 20 past 2? Now, first thing that we have to do here is we have to understand what time are they talking about. So 20 past 2, I'm sure you would understand that it is nothing but 2:20. So the question says, when the time is 2:20, what is the angle between the minute and the hour hand? So let's see, what do we do here? So my time is 2:20, first thing. Now what can I do? First of all, I'll try to explain you the conventional method of solving this question, which is we have to take a reference point. So what do I take as a reference? I assume 12 as the reference. This is how my 12 o'clock looks like in an analog clock, wherein the hour hand and the minute hand are coinciding or intersecting each other. So from 12 to 2:20, what has happened? This hour hand has traveled. I'm going to use another color for it. This hour hand has actually traveled some angle. Okay. And similarly, the minute hand has also traveled all the way from 12 to a point where it is 4. So minute hand has traveled from here to here, whereas the hour hand has traveled from here to here. So I can say that this one is the bigger angle and this one is the smaller angle. So if I figure out the bigger angle and the smaller angle, then by subtracting both these values, I will get my answer. So let's see how can we do that. First of all, let's try and calculate the bigger angle. Now I know that every minute, the minute hand, which is this one, it travels 6 degrees per minute. So in 20 minutes, how much will it travel? 20 minutes multiplied by 6 degrees per minute. And I'll end up getting 120 degrees as the bigger angle. That's quite easy. So I got the value of the bigger angle. Now for the smaller angle, let's see what we do. I know that in an hour, the hour hand travels 30 degrees. So in 2 hours, it will travel 60 degrees. Now many people actually assume that this 60 degree is equal to the smaller angle, this angle. But actually this is not true, because please understand, if you look at this clock, the hour hand is not at 2. The hour hand has moved further, which means at 2 o'clock it was at 2, but at 2:20 it has drifted towards 3. So in what time this drift has happened? This drift has happened in 20 minutes. And every minute my hour hand travels half a degree. That means in 20 minutes, the drift would be 20 multiplied by half, and that's equal to 10 degrees. So the total smaller angle is going to be 60 degrees, which was traveled by the hour hand to reach at 2, and 10 degrees, which is the drift. So the smaller angle is nothing but 70 degrees. And therefore, my answer to this question becomes 120 minus 70, which is equal to 50 degrees. Please understand, in the options, you would also get 120 minus 60, that is 60 degrees. But that's not my correct answer. My correct answer is 50 degrees, that is option number B. So you have to do this question in 3 steps. Number 1, the bigger angle. Number 2, the angle traversed by the minute hand to reach to the closest hour, and number 3 is the drift. So this minute hand travers to the closest hour plus drift is called as the smaller angle, and then bigger angle minus smaller angle will always give me the correct answer. Now there are few more methods of solving this question, which we will discuss in detail in the later part of this video. Let's take few more questions here. What is the angle between the minute and the hour hand when the clock strikes 2 minutes to 6? Now, once again, this time should be clear to everyone. So what is the time the question is talking about? Yes, it is 2 minutes to 6, which means the time is 5:58. That is, it is 2 minutes to get 6 now. Now the question is, what is the angle? So we'll again use the same concept, which is I'll take 12 as my reference value. Now we'll see how much the minute hand has traveled. So it is clearly that minute hand has traveled for 58 minutes, and every minute it travels 6 degrees. So my value here would be 348 degrees. That is the bigger angle. Now let's talk about the hour hand. Hour hand would have traveled till 5 first of all, which means from here to here it traveled for 5 hours, and every hour it is 30 degree because the hour hand travels 30 degree every hour. But as we can clearly see this, hour hand is not going to be at 5. Hour hand has reached this position, and in what time it has drifted? In 58 minutes. Every minute half a degree. So what is the drift? It is 29 degrees. So the smaller angle, which is equal to the angle traversed by the hour hand to the closest hour, and the drift comes out to be 179 degrees. So what is the answer now? The bigger angle minus the smaller angle, which is 348 minus 179. So I end up getting 169 degrees as the answer. Now, hopefully this question would be much clear after practicing 2 questions in a go. So this is how we can solve a question conventionally. Now, as I said earlier, we are not going to use these conventional methods to solve our problem. We are going to use a relatively simple and a quick method, which is nothing but relative speed. Now, let me talk about what is relative speed with respect to clock. We know that in 1 minute, the minute hand travels 6 degrees and the hour hand travels half a degree, which means relatively they would be traveling 5.5 degrees per minute. So that's the relative speed for the needles. I repeat, minute hand takes a leap of 6 degrees per minute. Hour hand travels half a degree per minute. Therefore, relatively they would be traveling 5.5 degrees per minute. Let me make this thing clear with another picture format. So for example, this is 12 o'clock. I write it as 12 o'clock. What is the angle between them? It is 0 degrees because they are completely intersecting each other. Now what will happen at 12:01? What will happen at 12:01? Now I'm using a different color to explain this. What will happen at 12:01? Minute hand will travel for, I'm just zooming it for you people, 6 degrees, and hour hand will travel for half a degree. So what will be the new angle between them? I hope you can clearly say that the new angle would be 5.5 degrees. So what is the change that has happened in 1 minute? It is equal to 5.5 degree per minute. If you want, you can check it further. After one more minute, which is at 12:02, what would happen? At 12:02, this needle, again I'm zooming it, don't worry. This is not 6 degrees. This is more than 6 by looking at the figure, but then I'm just zooming it. So what is this angle? It travels 6 degrees in 1 minute, therefore it has traveled 12 degrees in 2 minutes. Similarly, our hand would be somewhere here. Since our hand travels half a degree per minute, so in 2 minutes it would have traveled 1 degree. So what is the new angle now? Definitely the new angle or the new difference would be 11 degrees, which is what? Another 5.5 degree per minute. So now I can actually use this concept. I'm so sorry on what I've done. Okay, I'm going to write it again. So what we have realized here, that the relative speed between both the needles, that is the hour hand and the minute hand, is nothing but 5.5 degree per minute. Now let's take those questions that we have done earlier with the conventional method one more time. So my first question was 220. Now let's see what has happened. At 2 o'clock, please listen to this method carefully because that's what we are going to do in the examinations. At 2 o'clock, the angle was 60 degrees. Why? Because there was a division of two such major division. Like I know it is 12 here and it is 2 here. So in between there was 1. So there are differences of 2 hours in between. And therefore the initial angle at 2 o'clock is 60 degrees. Now listen to the process carefully. Now we have to go 20 past 2, which means this needle should travel for 20 minutes. Now in case of relative speed, what we do, I make the hour hand as constant, or I will not move it. I'll freeze it. Freeze the hour hand and move the minute hand with relative speed, which is 5.5 degree per minute. So if I'm going to freeze this hour hand over here and will run minute hand with relative speed, that is for 20 minutes. And what is the relative speed? 5.5 degrees per minute. So what will be the angle traversed? 20 multiplied by 5.5 is going to give me 110 degrees. Which means, now focus on the diagram. This minute hand will travel 110 degrees, out of which 60 degrees was my initial angle. So after passing through the hour hand, how much more the minute hand would travel? The remaining 50 degrees. And therefore at 220, my angle would be 50 degrees. That's my answer to the question. If you remember, that's what my answer was while we were doing it conventionally as well. I hope this is clear. For better clarity, let's take the question that we did earlier. 558. Now we know that. How does 558 looks like? I know it is after 5 o'clock. So from where will I start? I'll start from here. Let's assume this is 5. Since this is 5, what is the angle? 150 degrees. Why? Because 30 multiplied by 5 hours will give me 150 degrees. So this is the angle at 5. Now, as I said, for relative speed concept, what we have to do, we have to keep the hour hand at this point only. We have to freeze this and we run the minute hand with the relative speed. So what is the relative speed? It is 5.5 degree per minute. For what duration the minute hand has traveled? It is 58 minutes. So 58 multiplied by 5.5. And what do we end up getting here? 319. That is 319 degrees. Now we know that this was already 150. The needle has traveled all the way and has reached 319 degrees. So when we subtract both these values, that is 319 minus 150, you will get your answer. That was 169 in the question. I hope this is clear. Now, if this is clear, I'm going to give you a wonderful concept again over here, specifically for this question. Let's see what it is. I know that 558 is nothing but close to 6. So this is how my 6 o'clock looks like. And at 6 o'clock, this angle is 180 degree. You would agree because both the needles are in opposite direction. Now we are talking about 2 minutes ago, which means my minute hand would be, I know that minute hand travels how much? 6 degrees per minute. So 2 minutes ago, again I'm zooming it. 2 minutes ago, my needle, that is the minute hand, would be 12 degrees apart. And likewise, my hour hand would be because in 2 minutes it will travel 2 multiplied by half, which will be 1. So 1 degree apart. So initial angle was 180. Now this is all visualization. Minus 12 degrees because the needle has moved towards our hand. Plus 1 degree because our hand has moved away from the minute hand, which will give me 169 as the answer. So in this way also I can get the answer. So I'll just like to summarize this particular statement, the one that I've used at the last question. It is at 6 o'clock the angle is 180 degree. 2 minutes ago. Now we also know that the relative speed is 5.5 degree. Now let's use relative speed. So 5.5 degree per minute. So 2 minutes ago the angle would have been 11 degrees. Yeah. So at 6 o'clock it was 180 degree. So 2 minutes ago, which is at 5:58, they would have been 11 degrees less. And that's my answer, 169 degree. And this is the most important concept in the entire chapter of clocks. This is what is more important. Now, some of the books will also comprise of a straightforward formula, which is 30h minus 11 by 2m. I usually do not recommend this formula, but yes, there are people who are using this formula to solve the question, and hence I would like to quickly take you through this formula once again. Here H stands for hour and definitely M stands for minute. Now what does that mean? Let's see. I'm again going to pull those two questions. My first question was 220. So here my H is nothing but 2 and my 20 is M. Now when I put the values in the formula, that is 30 multiplied by H minus 11 by 2 multiplied by M. Let's see what I get. So I get 10, 60 minus 110 and my value is minus 50 degrees. That's my answer. So actually this formula can be used to calculate angle between the needles. But I said I do not recommend it because sometimes when the question twists, this formula actually fails or you will get confused. Let me use the same formula for the other question that we did, which is 558. So over here, I'm going to apply the formula directly. 30 multiplied by 5 minus 11 by 2 multiplied by 58. Upon cancellation, this gives me 29. 30 into 5 is 150 minus it is 319. So when we put a subtraction, I end up getting minus 169 degrees. Now remember, this minus sign is nothing. It is actually telling you the direction in which the angle is measured. Angle cannot be otherwise negative. Yeah. So I hope we have learned all the important concepts required to calculate angle from a given time. Let me quickly summarize these points. So the first thing that we have done was minute hand completes a 360-degree round in 60 minutes. And therefore every minute it covers 6 degrees. That's my first point to be remembered. Second point, hour hand completes a 360-degree round in 12 hours. That is 30 degree in 1 hour. And therefore every minute it covers half a degree. These are the 2 points that we need to remember. Then we had a concept of relative speed, and which says relatively both the needles travels 11 by 2 degree per minute. 11 by 2 is nothing but 5.5 degree per minute. And the last, that is 30h minus 11 by 2m, can be used to calculate the angle, but it is not the preferred way. So that's my point number 4. I hope this will clear most of the doubts that you have pertaining to calculating the angle based on the time given in the clock topic.
If you like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon to never miss a video from Upgrad.